Ding.
Say that one more time. You said I gotta get an A in class. Y'all, was today's energy amazing? How many people are full? Now, last year at every convention, we're going to have a most valuable player of our convention. And of course, this year is no different. I'd definitely like to celebrate last year's MVP from last convention. Let's give a big hand for Mr. Orlanda Moore, last year's. Last convention till August 13th at midnight, there's an individual that left the home, left the family, and worked tirelessly helping families change lives. And I'm not going to belabor this point, but our reigning MVP is Mr. Orlanda Moore.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Man. I realize, honestly guys, that MVP, an individual receives it, but it's not an individual award. So to, number one, all of my directors, please stand. All of my directors, please stand. If you're part of my organization, please stand. If you're part of my organization, please stand. I say thank you. This is your award. Each of you, this is your award. I'm taking it home, but it's your award. My name is on it, but it's your award. To the Planet Marketing family, thank you. Y'all have a seat. To Planet Marketing family, this is your award. This is your award. And I'm honored to be the MVP of Planet Marketing from convention to this convention. But it's for each and every single one of you. It's why I do what I do. Because I realize that there's four things Mr. Bradley continued to talk about. That really helped me to change my life. And four things he'd always talked about was hunger, first of all. And I remember being hungry in more ways than one. And the fact is, you don't have to teach a hungry man or woman how to eat. So when you're really hungry for something, hungry for success, hungry to help people, hungry to change your life, nobody has to teach you how to eat. So the one thing I would ask each of you is to maintain your hunger. How hungry are you to change your life? And the second thing he talked about was humility. Hunger and humility. Be humble enough to know that you don't know what you don't know. But be coachable. Have the humility enough to say, you know what, I will follow your lead. I will submit to leadership. For someone who's saying, I want to help you. How arrogant is that for someone to say, I want to help you get to your next level, but, no. Maintain that humility to serve people, because service to many is what leads to greatness, and not a single person can achieve anything of greatness alone. And when was the last time have you ever seen a rich hermit? Probably never heard of one, have you? Guys, you can't do this alone. The hunger, the humility, the poise. The poise. If I told you my testimony, you couldn't handle it. But I have poise enough not to let everything go, not to share everything. You would never know my situation because I have the poise to not show it. Nobody knew the things Mr. Bradley and his family was going through when they launched this company. Nobody knew it. The poise. The struggles that you go through, how many people know it? And I'm not saying people should know the inside stories and things of that nature, because the fact is your test is somebody else's testimony. It's to help somebody else. It's not even for you. But the hunger, the humility, the poise, but the passion. That's the real deal. Your passion. How passionate are you? And these things that Mr. Bradley always laid out for me, hunger, humility, poise, and passion, I truly believe these aren't things that you can teach. You got to have it. You got to possess it. You got to own it. Not just wish for it, not just hope for it. You, each of you, hunger, humility, poise, and passion. This thing heavy.
Glad you didn't give it to me.
He ain't cranking up. But the hunger, humility, poise, and passion, guys, is really what I would share with you, which each of you already possess, and I truly believe it, but at what level do you possess it? Are you just kind of hungry? Do you just kind of want to win for your family? Are you okay with losing? And I changed my thought process because I used to always state that I refuse to lose, but I realized that more important than refusing to lose, I choose to win. And I want each of you to choose to win for your families, guys. Possess that hunger, humility, poise, and passion, not just for yourself, but for the people who are connected with you. And when you maintain that, guys, and have an unmatched level of focus, the effort, all-out massive action, it's going to change your life for the rest of your life. I'm honored to be the MVP of Planet Marketing. Mr. Bradley, thank you so much for your leadership, your coaching, your mentorship. Mrs. Bradley, thank you so much. I appreciate you, ma'am. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Planet Marketing, I love you. Hashtag.
One more hand for reigning MVP, Mr. Orlanda Moore. Now we're wrapping up. I'd like for my wife to join me on stage. And I'd like for my son to join me on stage. I'd like for the Chairman's Council to join me on stage, please. We wrap it up. Y'all, I'm gonna say to everybody, let's give a hand to the speakers today. Amazing. Y'all, let's give a hand to all the trainers, right? These last couple of days. Y'all, one big hand for the Planet Marketing S team. They worked tirelessly to put this event together. They're already working on the next event. I needed this group behind me because I'm gonna say something and I'm gonna be as brief as I can, but I need some strength. If everybody noticed this week, I didn't do any training because I didn't have to. because the trainers represented, and this is the first time I've been to a convention since 2006 that I did not train. I'm sorry, 2005, that I did not have to train. And it felt so good. As we go to the 8th habit of highly successful people, helping other people be great. As we start thinking about being king and queen makers. Andy and I are creating a business, my wife and I, that will live beyond us. So this has to go on whether we're here or not. My son is here with me, representing all of our children, right? If that doesn't tell you how serious I am about making this Planet Marketing, stay around for a long time. See, I've always made money in the industry. I've always made money, but what I never had was stability. And we are offering anybody who believes in what we're doing stability, because we want to create a long-term business that will create long-term residual income that will create a legacy for you and your family. And I'm excited because I finally got to hear Cedric tell that story, because it's the real story. It's not you show up at the meeting every Tuesday night and you hit Chairman's Council. I was so excited to hear part of Mr. Orlando Moore's story, because it's not, you just work in the local market and hope that the matrix just makes you rich. I'm excited to hear Miss Eileen Ross's story, because she truly did live in her basement, in her friend's basement. And it was painful to watch. I was excited to hear Miss J.P. Watkins' story, because she, when I met her, was on her feet again, meaning she had her car repossessed. And that's not a sad story, because when she looked at me, she said, she was crying, she said, "Mr. Bradley, my car got repossessed." I said, "No, it didn't. God took that old car." Now, my goodness. And Walter, man, you blessed me. You and Tiffany, you blessed me today. I think for everybody who seeks to work their way from the back of the stage, back of the room to the front of the room, to understand there's some pain involved. It just doesn't happen. And all our directors will tell you that they had to turn that pain into power. They had to get up and do something. And I was so enjoying this event. And then something happened when I woke up this morning, and I was like, wow, I'm free. I don't have to, there's really nothing I have to do. Right? But celebrate and assist and do those things. But just when I woke up this morning, in my bathroom, I broke down in tears. Because I heard that voice again that said, "Free the people." Wow. I heard that voice again that said, "Free the people." I'm not going to shed a tear right now. That's why I got my crew right here. I'm going to get through this story. And the hardest part for me is to make sure I deliver this message to everybody, because some people out here are going through something. And, I got to tell you that, that's when it's happening. And if you're not going through something, nothing's happening for you. And if you're going through something right now, raise your hand. Thank you, everybody. Because if you got children, you're going through something. Orlando mentioned that, man, two days before we launched this company, and I wanted to share this with everybody at one of the conventions, but I couldn't, because I wasn't strong enough. But today, because I got my squad, I'm gonna share it. When I was, under attack from the company that I decided that I no longer wanted to be a part of, and the feeling was mutual. Termination, liberation, same thing, right? So 2 days before we were about to launch the company, my son who is one of the greatest guys on earth, conjected meningitis, and I knew when I heard his voice something was wrong, and I told my wife, we have to be at the office. Let's go get him. Send the ambulance. He couldn't open the door to let the ambulance in, and he was just stuck in his dorm room. And this little guy had never been to the hospital since he was born. It's not this guy, it's the other little guy. This guy had never been to the hospital, except for when he broke his arm, but anyway, that's his fault. And again, this is an important story because, you talk about under attack. And my business partners, Tara, when you heard that I was under attack, terminated, right, in the mid-process, it was spooky. And anybody who tells you that they don't get scared, right? When you walk away from your income, right? My son was like, Dad, can you wait till I finish college first, right? Before you do this master plan, let me go ahead and graduate first. I can help you. So it's something that I've been to war, I've been poor, I've been broke, I've been all those things, but I've never had to watch my baby struggle for his life. And, long story shorter, my wife was a crusader and a freedom fighter and would fight for her family. She was in the hospital with him from 8 in the morning till 8 at night. I replaced her at 8 at night, and I continued to launch this business from his hospital room. I'm just saying this because people always saying life is happening, I'm going through something. Don't let your why be your why not. Don't let that stop you, make that start you. And every morning at 8 in the morning, when my wife showed up at that hospital, it was on. And people said the worst things about me that I've ever heard about me in my life. But what they were saying was none of my business. It's none of my business because again, we were man, I had my crew, I had my squad. I told you we had 1,000 people that first day. Andy Coughlin, I didn't even share with him where I was and what happened to my child because it was personal. And I wanted Andy to continue to fight for these other people. Now we got 1,000 people. I didn't tell anybody it was personal because we were handling it. Right? And when I finished at 7:45, I would rush over to the hospital to relieve my wife. And we did that for 7 days and 7 nights. And that's not a sad story because, again, now both of my sons live in Buckhead together. Son's graduated, and he's in his 3rd year of school. I share that with everybody because everybody that we talk to said they're going through something. And today, my squad let you know that they were going through something. And they said, if you're going through hell, keep going. And y'all, there's some people in here that lost their freedom before. Incarceration, right? I love Greg Scott's story, who now makes a 6-figure income on his job and in Planet Marketing, another 6-figure. And I love this story because, during the day, he has to lock up people. And at night, he frees people. I'm going to make this real brief, but in 2005, for those of you who've been incarcerated, in 2005, I got my first $10,000 bonus check, like I watched Mr. Orlanda get his first $10,000 bonus check, and both of our checks were levied from the IRS. And I needed my money, because I had already sent out checks. So by the time Mr. Moore got his first $10,000 bonus check, and he called me, we cried together, I think, right? Because I could attest. Fortunately for him, it just cost him his money, but for me, it cost me my freedom. Because see, I had already written checks on that $10,000. And in the state of Georgia, anything over $3,000 that goes bad, it's a felony. Somebody say, yep. So I was in Los Angeles, California with my business partners getting ready to go on stage. And my wife called me, and I could hear my little girl, my daughter, crying because the police was in my house. And my 5-year-old at the time was screaming, my daddy, my daddy, my daddy. My daughter, for the next several months, years or whatever, when she saw blue lights, she thought they were coming to get her daddy. And I had to tell my partners, first I delivered that 60-minute presentation. Yeah, I did. Because people count on you. And then I got on a red eye, and I flew home because I had to turn myself in at DeKalb County. My wife picked me up, dropped me off at DeKalb County, and they gave me my orange uniform, put shackles on my legs and shackles on my arms. And the one thing that I've always wanted was my freedom, and I lost it. And I was attached to 5 other people, right? And I'm saying this for a reason, because I don't care what you're going through. Don't let your why be your why not. And of course, that was the longest day of my life. But you know what? It was the best day of my life, because people say, Bradley, you're humble, because I know that I was a good person in a bad situation. And y'all don't have to say it, but I know the stories, because I'm on three-way calls sometimes, and I hear people say, yeah, I met that person somewhere. And y'all, it's okay, right? I don't care what we always say for real, either whether you're straight out of jail or straight out of Yale. For real, right? And everybody has something that held them in bondage for some time. And I just wanted to share that with people, because, really nobody cares about your tests. They want to hear about your testimony. How did you overcome that? Everybody has tests, but who overcame that wall to pile? Sleeping in your friend's basement with your children. That's a hard thing for a man. I watched Miss Ross, again, painfully fight her way out of her situation. Orlanda Moore, man, like you said, you don't even want to hear his testimony. You might do something. Sugar White, I can't, I saw it. I saw it for a long time. Miss J.P. Watkins, my goodness. And y'all, I'm gonna confess this too. And the reason why I wanted my son up here, because he kept me alive. Because I was in, and I'm explaining why some of the things you see me doing is because I'm doing. Humility comes because you're just 1 day, 1 year, 1 week away from something. And there's storms in the midst of us, and they come, and you got to get prepared for it. And I'll tell you, we created Planet Market to help you get prepared for it. But I say my son kept me alive, and my wife kept me alive, because at some point in my life, I was suicidal. And I don't know if they even know it. And I'm a Christian man, and I will not leave that way. And I will not leave my wife and my 4 children. And that's the first time. It's the only thing that kept me alive. Because I wanted to leave here. The pressure got the pressure just wouldn't stop. When you don't know the next day is like a year for you. I just wanted to leave here. So when I was in that church on Sunday, LaToya Chen and those 2 little 9-year-olds confessed that they were thinking about suicide. I grabbed them, and Andy, I promised to send them and their parents to Disney World. Because the 9-year-olds should not be thinking about suicide, but I felt them, right? And I say that because there's a lot of us that's gonna help a lot of kids go to Disney World, because at 9 years old, Tara, they should think about Disney World, not death. There are no pictures of me on balconies, because to this day, I cannot walk on balconies because I'll hear a voice that says jump. I tried it 2 weeks ago. can't walk on balconies because I fought that voice so long. And to this day, if I walk on a balcony out here, there's going to be a little voice of my past that tells me to jump. And I'm saying all these things because, you know, it's a lot of pain in this room, and I feel it when you shake my hand. And y'all, I could go on and on and on and on because success was a process. But I want everybody to understand when you see me, I'm not only fighting for you, there's only one. And y'all, God is sending me some freedom fighters. And all y'all gotta do is listen. I watched Andy Kaufman. I just want to make sure when y'all leave here today, y'all know what y'all got. For $60 a month and $2 a day. And y'all, we're not even 2 years old yet. Y'all, this was designed, seriously, to change your life. And God spoke to me this week and said, I'm going to use you to show your people, and whoever's following me is my people. And whoever is following my people are my people. And God sent me Andy Kaufman. God sent me Leanne Treckler. God sent me Tara Metz, Tara Metz, and God sent me James Ferrara. Y'all, in his absence, let's applaud. Let's applaud that man. Let's applaud that man. Another freedom fighter. Another freedom fighter. Another freedom fighter. And James and I, we fight. We fight each other, then we fight the other. But guess what? That man gets on airplanes with me and leaves the country with me. And we go and we do presentations in other countries together. And offering this just amazing, again, I would say to James Ferrara again, he doesn't see color. He just sees people. And for $2 a day, y'all get a chance to take advantage of that. So, and yeah, y'all should be serious, because it's a serious time. And thank you for being serious, because it's a serious time. Because when that storm hit Texas, it was a serious time. That's the #1 state in our country. It was a serious time. And then little did the people in Florida know that y'all were next. What's happening in Puerto Rico right now? They may not have a plan for those people in Puerto Rico, but we do. I'm so excited. I'm excited because I know what y'all gonna do for y'all people, right? For your community. I'm so excited that we're gonna go into different communities, and we're gonna take this $200 investment, and we're gonna free lives. We're gonna change lives. And y'all, it's time for us to get serious, because I fought my way out of my situation. I fought my way out of my suicidal thoughts. I freed my family financially. And now it's time for us to help you free yours. And this is gonna close, and this ain't no hyper close, this ain't no sell, but But y'all, for 26 days and 26 nights, we used to do a 40-40. For 26 days and 26 nights, I want to see you with me. Y'all, this is a relationship business. Y'all, we fight for you. We fight for you. And the hashtag is what? What's the hashtag? You know what I want to change it to? Just for this time. I'm going to say, I got you. I want you to say, you got me too. Because this is a relationship. I got you. I got you too. Y'all, for 26 days and 26 nights, challenge you. Challenge yourself to be your personal best. Write down whatever it is, whatever your mark is that you have, whatever number you have. Y'all, let's move those numbers forward. It's not going to take us 26 days. And I promise you, if you fight for us, we're going to fight for you. I got you. We got you too. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for coming, everybody.